Convergence Summit is the leading event for reseller opportunities. Here's a range of views and insight into key issues affecting the UK reseller community.
If you tried to get a profile of a typical internet reseller, it would be very difficult to do so because they vary dramatically in what they do for a living. You know, some of them, what they do in the morning, the reason they get up every day is to sell broadband connectivity to businesses, while others are equally specialised in certain niche markets, and they're very clear on both very clear on what they want to achieve. For others, broadband, Ethernet, it's a small area of a wider solution they put together, maybe a systems integrator. So it's really exciting for us to have that challenge to deal with all these different requirements.
I think it's up to the resellers to find growth areas, but actually I think it's also up to us as an aggregator position to help them do that. I think it would be ignorant of us just to expect them to go out there and find all the new opportunities for us.
Resellers often come to me and say, what's the best way to demo unified communications? What's the best way to demonstrate mobility? And you know, the actual answer is use it. If you walk into a prospect and they ask you about the voicemail to email technology or the IM technology or unifying teams across geographical workspaces, if you're not able to just pull up your mobile and work out whether one of your colleagues is in the office, or you're telling them that you haven't got the facts yet because you've not been into the office, that you're going to have no credibility at all as a vendor of advanced technology to that customer. It's just not going to happen.
In today's climate, you know, basically we have to deliver real solutions. It's not about flashing lights and a busy lamp field on a phone anymore and just aesthetics that's sitting on your desk. You have to come up with proper solutions for your customers, because if you don't, then basically your competitor will. A lot of channel partners, I think over the next decade, are going to fall by the wayside because they're still selling telephone systems and they're not selling solutions.
There's obviously those people who have been traditionally voice players will need to have a look at where they're going in the future, because obviously we all know the competitive price of outbound minutes that are there. So, and we are seeing those people who are strong in those areas. For example, a lot of our traditional PBX suppliers are now moving because the PBXs come already committed for SIP capability, for voice capability, so they are now having to move into data space screaming or being dragged. Yes, those people, and this is the nature of any industry which is based on technology, those people who don't go with the technological flow will drop by the wayside over time.
PSTN voice will be around for several years yet. Basic broadband will be around for several years yet. But if you really want your business to be around for more than the next couple of years, or you want your business to be the one that's acquiring others around you rather than being acquired, I think you need to be looking at that hosted in the cloud world.
We are seeing a lot more dealers taking up on networking and networks training in that market as they move away from just installing the cables and the cabinets into putting in the networking solution to putting up the IP CCTV solution. So we've been holding a number of training sessions and we've been having full attendance, straight away sign-ups.
They're definitely moving into a more data-centric environment. I think there's been a fear factor for a long time. Some of the solutions aren't new. MPLS has been around for a very long time. VoIP's been around for a very long time. But in terms of selling it, they've never really had the confidence or the education to be able to go into sort of medium-sized businesses and sell that on in a consultative way. What we're seeing now is that resellers of my size or as OBIT size as a wholesale level are going out and educating these resellers to be able to sell on those solutions.
We now find that the telecoms, as we call the traditional telecoms reseller, are more comfortable with the IT. They've taken the time to train their staff, they've brought the experience in-house. What they're also looking for from suppliers like ourselves is, again, making that process easier. Developments like VMware, virtualization of servers, again, it's another skill that they've taken on board. But the investment in that skill, and certainly the investment in the technology from our point of view, means that it's a lot easier for our resellers to do business. We're no longer looking at the dark art, we're no longer spending 2-3 days on site. We're now spending half a day on site with regards to the installation, configuration, and we can spend the rest of the time dealing with the reseller, the end user, doing the training.
We work a lot with systems integrators and the like, so taking complex solutions to customers, and the element that we provide as a communications provider is just one small part of that. But rather than just relying on the reseller to understand exactly what the customer needs, it might be a new area for them to be getting involved with in terms of delivering the connectivity as well as the solution they're delivering. And one of the things we just recently launched in the last month has been an Internet Ethernet partner program, where we're looking for partners who want to work collaboratively with us, who we run not only run marketing campaigns to help identify opportunities for them to capitalize on, but then actually provide the resources of our pre-sales consultants to help them understand and scope the project that will answer a customer's requirements.
When you've got 80 to 100 channel partners out there selling for you, you've got to make the proposition easy to understand, easy to sell, because if they don't get it, their customers don't get it. So we've worked hard to give them the marketing tools, the e-shop campaigns, the electronic marketing tools and everything else to be able to make it a simple sales proposition, and therefore attracting their customers to talk to them. And that's how we've worked it. So we've demystified the intellectual side of hosted telephony and made it just an easy to understand proposition. It's educating your channel as well as the end user customer, and I think everyone has always just kind of assumed that the channel knows all about these products. They don't. They absolutely don't.
There's been a definite shift in the last 12 months of an understanding of SIP. In the resale space, the resellers are absolutely getting what SIP does and the advantages that it brings to customers. So it's no longer that message about educating the market, even end users, about how SIP trunking is advantageous. So we're now really at a point of being able to talk to resellers so that they can find the best provider of SIP solutions, and that's where obviously we come in.
The big increase in demand for plain old broadband has changed into a big increase in demand for MPLS networking, and our real thrust here is to help resellers transition to cloud technology through private connectivity. So we're very keen to help people. If our partners involve us early in what are very big networking deals, 3-5 year contracts, then we will win 9 out of 10 of them.
From a channel partner or a dealer's point of view, I think they are now more savvy and realise that things are going to move on, and just selling traditional lines and minutes is potentially not going to be sustainable for very much longer. So they need to embrace that technology to really understand it, and to understand the business benefits that it can bring to their customers.
I think there is a real transformation taking place in the market. I think that creates real opportunity, particularly for the channel, because where we're seeing the early signs of that transformation is in that small, medium-sized business market. What the channel is particularly good at, accessing that small business market, which is just notoriously difficult to get to for big companies.
The reseller market is still thriving. We've got 850 unique resellers in our channel, varying sizes from small to carrier level. There's still an opportunity for resellers, but I think again it's important for resellers to be adding value over and above what is just from standard aggregators like ourselves. The people that are really succeeding in our reseller base are those guys that are using our services as part of their own solutions. They're not dependent on everything that we do for all of their business. It's important to distinguish yourself on innovation. It's important to distinguish yourself on customer service and give yourself something over and above what your competitors are doing. So the reseller market is thriving for those that are prepared to put the investment in to make it happen.
The vast majority of resellers out there who've been around for a number of years, and there's not that many new players, there's a few but not many new players, all of the existing resellers, A, have got a lot of experience, and B, they've got, most of them, very large minutes and maintenance bases. And that can take them through almost any economic climate. This is the stability of the industry.